All right, Mahomes calling himself out there. That's why he's probably the greatest. Shannon, how would you evaluate the
Yep.
play of Mahomes through the first 3 games?
Well, he hadn't been good, and he says he's missing his mark. And I tweeted this last night. Don't let the undefeated record fool you. Patrick Mahomes is not playing well. They're not playing that well offensively. They're missing throws. He's a little late. He's not. Normally, Patrick Mahomes would put the ball. The guy just catches it. What do you know what I'm talking about? On the dead run. Because a lot of times, like he hit Juju last night, he was able to hit Juju in stride. Juju turns up, gets the ball into the end zone. Same thing with Rashee Rice. But some of the throws have been behind them, and guys can't open their hips, and they're hitting the dirt. I think when you look at and you talk to any great quarterback, Mike Shanahan told me something in 1995 when he called me in his office. He said, 84, I'll never accept anything in a win I wouldn't in a loss. And Patrick Mahomes laid it out so eloquently for you. He said, yes, we're 3-0, but we're not playing well. And specifically on myself, I'm missing my mark on a lot of throws. This is how you get better. This is how you're not fooled by a record, because fans just look at the record. Woody, you know we go in there and we evaluate everything. Woody, yeah, okay, we won this game, Woody, but if you step wrong, this is a false step here, you're probably going to get beat against a better player. And so that's the way we constantly analyze not only team play, but you have to self-evaluate yourself and not be in awe of what you've already accomplished or the player that you are. You're constantly striving, try to get better. This is why the Chiefs will always be a problem. This is why Patrick Mahomes is who Patrick Mahomes is.
Yeah, but because I'm looking at it, it's like, why is Patrick Mahomes even a topic of discussion here? He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion and 4 Super Bowl trips. He's been to 6 AFC title games in 6 years as a starter. We know what this brother can do. And last year, even when we look at his numbers, you talk about numbers never lie. That's a damn lie. Numbers lie all the time, because the numbers certainly lied on Patrick Mahomes last year. The Kansas City Chiefs led the league in blocks with 44 drops. So you had cats that had the football in their hands and were dropping passes. We saw, whether it was Thursday night or Monday night, I don't remember. It was a Monday night or a Thursday night game, and Valdez-Scantling that dropped a pass wide open in his arms in the end zone. We saw this kind of stuff happening to him last year. Well, what's going on this year? Pacheco is out, okay? He's going to be out the next, 6 to 8 weeks with a leg injury. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, what's happening with him? Post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm not making fun of him in any way. It's a very serious thing. He's been out he's been out, and he's expected to be out for the next few weeks, first 4 games. Hollywood Brown, he's going to be out until January with his shoulder injury. So you got that going on. You got a rookie in Worthy. Rashee Rice has elevated himself to being the -- target. I'm looking at Travis Kelce right now, 4 receptions, just 30 yards, another relatively pedestrian performance over the last, over the first 3 games of this season. Very uncharacteristic for him. And then we turn around, however, and look at the league. And do y'all know that only 11 tight ends have a touchdown this season? And none have more than 1. Something is going on with the lack of activity going in the direction of tight ends in the National Football League this year in terms of being big-time, contributors. We might, obviously that is expected to change, but still in all, it's worth noting. And so I'm looking at all of those things, and I'm saying they're still 3-0. And what happened last year? They struggled throughout the year. They came on strong in the playoffs and handled their business when it was time. So what if Hollywood Brown comes back? What if Pacheco comes back? Because they're both expected to come back, okay? What if that happens? What if Clyde Edwards-Helaire comes back as well, okay? And then you still got Worthy and Rice and Kelce. What's going to be the situation then? As far as I'm concerned, I'm not worried about the Kansas City Chiefs one bit. When they start losing games, call me, because somehow, some way, their defense keeps them in games. Obviously, a big play here, there from Mahomes to Rice to just extend things. And then on top of it all, they find a way to weed it out and win the damn game. They keep doing that, they're going to be more of a problem when it counts most, which is how things work in the Patrick Mahomes era.
When I listen to Patrick Mahomes and I, listen to the discourse about the Kansas City Chiefs, you know what this reminds me of, Molly? It reminds me of the Patriots.
Really?
Yes,
Tell
it
me
reminds
why.
me of the Patriots because the Patriots dominated for so long.
Yeah, absolutely.
And won so many games and won in all different, all different types of ways that we tend to nitpick it. Like, what's wrong with what's wrong with this person? What's wrong with the Kansas City Chiefs? If I'm looking at the Kansas City Chiefs, this is a great place to be. If I'm Andy Reid, this is great from a coach's perspective. Like, when you're not playing at your best, but you're still able to find a way to win, that's great because you're able to coach these guys harder. The fact that Patrick Mahomes is sitting here after being 3-0 and knowing I'm nowhere near playing to the level that I'm accustomed to playing at. That is a player and coach's dream right now. So yes, are the Kansas City Chiefs, hitting on all cylinders? Absolutely not. But they're playing complementary football. They're getting contributions from a bunch of different players. Guy like Carson Steele. No one ever heard of this guy running back. All he does, Pacheco goes out, he comes in as an undrafted free agent, big-time contributor. The defense has been playing lights out. So again, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, or I should say this, if you're other teams playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, this makes you nervous because the Chiefs aren't hitting anywhere near where they need to be. But they're still finding ways to win football games.
Yep.
I think the thing is that I love about Patrick Mahomes.
All Damien, what he had to say is, damn. Stephen A. Smith, he was very profound with what he said. I agree with him 100%. That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say. He had to go around and block around the corner.
Somehow it always comes back to you.
Man. Why that hard?
It's always his agenda.
Is it really that hard? Is it really that hard to say, I agree with my boy. I agree with my boy. And by the way, y'all contaminated Shay with that too. Y'all contaminated Shay. Because Shay be coming at me, and all he had to say sometimes is, I agree with my boy. But I understand.
About the drops, Patrick Mahomes says, I'm missing my spot. This is not about drops this year. When you played with Tom, you know he's a guy that's constantly evaluating his own play. He says, if I play to my best, everything else is going to take care of itself because I know I'm going to elevate everybody's level of play. What Pat is saying, I'm missing my marks, and it's causing us to come off the field on third down. The longer we stay on the field, the better the chance the drive's going to end up in points, hopefully touchdowns. But he says, I'm missing my marks. I'm late. Patrick Mahomes, that throw, that's supposed to be a touchdown. He stared the tight end down. That's why Justin Simmons, he came from the far hash to intercept that ball because Patrick Mahomes stared him down. He had Rashee Rice on a third down on a shallow cross. He threw it behind him, and it ended up being a drop. So what he's doing is that I'm evaluating myself. I know if I play better, everything else is going to fall into place. But I'm not going to be lulled to sleep. Oh, we 3-0 and everything is hunky-dory. That's what the great players do. You go back and look at Peyton, listen to him talk, listen at Tom talk, listen at the great quarterbacks. Even when things, the record-wise says, okay, we're playing well, he's like, nah, I'm not going to be lulled by that because I know there are going to be times that we won't be able to get away with the play that we have like we did in the first 3 weeks of the season.
So, Shay, basically what you're saying, that's what champions do. That's what champions do in this situation.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
You're not going to be lulled to sleep by this, 3-0, knowing that we're not hitting on all cylinders right now.
Yep.
Want to take a moment because, we could be very, very critical up here and stuff like that and don't give people some love in a losing effort sometimes where they deserve it. But this cat, Justin Simmons, 4th consecutive game against Patrick Mahomes, he's intercepted him.
Oh, yeah, he feasts off Patrick Mahomes now. Don't get it twisted. Even go back to his Denver days. He always feasted off Patrick Mahomes.
There we go.
But yeah, Mahomes.
I'm trying to figure out what took him so long to get signed. He's one of the premier free safeties in all of football. He has great range. He's a great tackle. He can take the tight end. I'm surprised that it took him that long to get signed. You mean to tell me you think that 64 safeties better than him?
Well, the owner was probably communicating with Jerry Jones, and they were talking about the laying pan, fella. You know what I'm saying? It's that.
All right.